Hi everyone, it's Dawn. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Dawn and I'm an over 50 woman here in the mature beauty community, and I invite you to hit the subscribe button and stick around. And today is just going to be a get ready with me using just a lot of different products that I really like. And it's the makeup that I've been using this week. I've been trying to rotate my stash. I do have a few new things I've been wanting to share with you, but I just wanted to share with you the makeup of the week. So that's what I'm sharing with you in this Get Ready With Me. And I just wanted to tell you about my vacation and do some reconnecting with you and see what you've been up to. So don't forget to leave me a comment and just let me know how your summer's starting out. So far, it's been really great here, really hot, but I'm not going to complain because here in Chicago, it seems like our winters have been more mild, and I've been kind of enjoying winter again. They've been more mild, but I don't really mind, but I don't like the end of winter, like February, March, and even April. It can be rainy and a little dreary, and those months are hard for me. But then spring happens and we just have like a month, 2 months of spring now. And then we have like a nice hot summer and it's sunny every day. It's really beautiful. And then our falls have been really nice. That's what it's been doing here in Chicago with like the climate changing and things like that. It's becoming like more temperate, which is probably a good thing. And we don't have like forest fires and we don't have hurricanes and we don't have like anything that, you know, we don't have a lot of flooding. So far Chicago has been like where it's at. You know, it's just been kind of nice. So I live in the suburbs of Chicago, like almost an hour outside of the city in the suburbs, but still fairly close to Chicago. So anyways, I am just going to jump in and share my makeup with you and chat with you. I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, so I am going to start by putting on my foundation. Last time I used the Clinique, the new foundation, which I really like a lot. And I like that it has an SPF in it. I think I'm going to use that one. Actually, no, because I used that one last time. I'm going to use another one that has a little different of a finish. The Clinique has a radiant finish. It's so pretty. And if you missed that one, just watch my last Get Ready With Me where I demonstrated that foundation. But this is an old one and I'm probably almost out of it. It's from Fenty Beauty. It's this one from Fenty Beauty. And this has a soft matte finish, which is really nice. The matte isn't a flat matte. It's a really just nice soft matte, if that makes sense. It's sort of like velvety. And it's waterproof, and that's what I like about it. There's other things, I didn't look it up. I just decided to hop on here and just tell you what I can remember and what my experience is. So it's, like I said, a soft matte. It's a medium to fuller coverage, where the Clinique one is a light to medium coverage. This one is definitely like a medium coverage, and you can build it up to a full coverage if you'd like. I'm just going to use it as a medium coverage, just one go around on my face, one pump of foundation, and it does do a really good job of covering any redness and evening out the texture of my skin. It doesn't dry out my skin. It doesn't look dry like some matte foundations can during the day. It really holds up in the summer months. I think I bought this last spring, not the spring that just went by, but the one before. And I am almost out. And even if I wasn't, I'm probably due for a new one. I don't know if it expires, but I typically use my foundations until like they start to separate. And then I know it's probably not good anymore. I'll even kind of shake it up for a while because I like to get as much bang for my buck as I can. So I like to use them up. But this one I'm almost out of, and I will definitely repurchase it. It's probably my favorite matte foundation that I've tried in a really long time. I even like to use it like under my eyes. I did go out and get the concealer, the Fenty concealer that everybody loves. And while it is a wonderful concealer, it doesn't do anything better than any of my other favorite concealers. It's thinner in consistency, and I think I like the Tarte Shape Tape creamy version better. So there's that. But anyways, just kind of blend it into my neck. there's that. And I am gonna go ahead right now and just put on some eyelid primer. I always use an eyelid primer lately. I just feel like my eyeshadow looks so much better. I'm using MAC Painterly, the Paint Pot in Painterly. It's a really good, just nude skin color. And here's a tip, if you are very fair like me, or maybe even just have a skin tone lighter or a little bit darker than mine, this works as a really great concealer too. I didn't come up with that. That's a trick I heard somewhere on YouTube and I tried it, and it's definitely true. It makes a nice concealer if you have a blemish or something like that. I don't use it like a concealer like to conceal like other things on my face, but if you have a blemish, it's creamy and it covers it, and it just stays long enough to last all day without looking cakey. All right, so I've got that on, and now I'm gonna use 2 eyeshadows from MAC, and I'm gonna use Nylon. It looks like this, and it's a frost like that. It's kind of whitish. And then I'm also going to use another one called Swiss Chocolate, and it looks like this. And this is how it looks. It's kind of like a reddish brown. I really like the combination of these two together, so that's what I'm going to do. I do have a Z palette full of like MAC singles, and I have some combinations in here that I really like together. They're in like sets of 2s, so I only use like 2 shades when I use this palette. And so I'm gonna go in with the Nylon first, and I'm gonna put that like on the inside and really like kind of pack it on the inner corner because it's so pretty there. And it's frosty, so I don't like to go too crazy like over my brow bone with it, but I do put it in the arch. And I'll just go from one eye to the next instead of doing one whole eye at a time. So we just got back from vacation a couple of days ago. I went on vacation. I don't know if I mentioned that. We had a family vacation planned. And my daughter, who lives in South Carolina, we had planned to go to West Virginia, and we had everything all planned out. A friend of mine loaned me a book about all the best hikes, and so we had hikes planned out. We were gonna go whitewater rafting. They had 5 levels of rafting, and we're gonna do the 3rd because all my kids are older now, and we've been rafting before on like really easy ones when they were little. And this one, they like give you helmets, they have a guide go with you, and it just looked like a lot of fun. They put a whole bunch of us in a boat together, or a raft together. And I was really looking forward to that. That was like the highlight of the trip for me. Okay, so the Swiss Chocolate's on the outside, the Nylon's on the inside. And now I'm just gonna take a little bit of the Nylon and just run it like right on the outer, like underneath my eye. So anyways, that was the plan. And you know, what do they say about plans? We make plans, and then God ultimately guides our steps. So yeah, God guided us a different way because there was major flooding going on in West Virginia. Oh, the other thing is I wanted to go into a holler because, you know, I read about them in so many books, like the Glass Castle, so many books that I've read that talk about hollers and people who've grown up there. And I watched YouTube videos of people who go in and just like meet the people there. Not that I wanted to, you know, we would have just driven through probably. But anyways, I really wanted to do that. That was the other thing. But there was major flooding in West Virginia, like major, and people even died. They had like torrential downpours, and it was in the area we planned on going, like with a close proximity. And so it all got canceled, and our whitewater rafting reservation was canceled. So I was really disappointed. I was super disappointed about that. So our trip actually got changed and we went into North Carolina, just like a little bit like into North Carolina from West Virginia. And we got a house. We got a house there. I have this mug that I'm drinking my iced coffee out of, and my sons were on the swim team, and like my youngest son, who's like kind of funny, he's a jokester, he's really cute, his name is Seth. He got his picture taken, and the pictures they take are kind of silly. They like stand there and then they have flames shooting out of them, like the school picture. And my husband and I were just laughing because it's so like not Seth, but funny. So on Father's Day, we had it put on a cup for him, but that's my cup. So anyway, I am drinking my iced coffee. I got the Starbucks blonde roast iced coffee. And then I just have a little bit of almond milk creamer and vanilla. They had whipped cream in a marshmallow flavor. So I put a little bit of that on it. And it's such a treat. It's like better to me than like Starbucks. I don't like Starbucks coffee. It's just too strong for me. But the blonde is okay. And this is really good. So that's what I have in my cup. I'm just gonna build up that Swiss chocolate just a wee bit more. So we went over the border into North Carolina. We changed our home reservation, our VRBO, and we actually ended up finding this really, really beautiful house. And it was secluded. It was like in this gated community, and it's actually kind of sad what happened there. Let me get ready as I talk to you. So Stila cream blush and Ilium. You guys, these are old, but they still sell them and they are amazing. I have like this in 2 colors. I have Ilium and one other. I can't remember what the other one is, but I really like this one for summer. And they're some of the best cream blushes I've ever tried. So this is what it looks like. It doesn't look like anything special when you look at it in here, but that's what it looks like. Just kind of like, if you've ever used Benefit's Rockateur powder blush, it's like just like that, but in a cream formula. So see and watch. It's so pretty. Look at that. It's not too pink. It's not too coral. I don't even know how to describe it. It's pinky mauve, but nothing is bright about it. I'm gonna put on kind of a lot, but I will blend it in better like as we go along. So anyways, we found this house. And it was like in this gated community. And the one thing is like, it was just like this beautiful house. And if you look at it like anywhere else, like in the Chicago suburbs or something, it would be like $800,000. Like it was just, or even, I don't know, it was just like really nice. The amenities were very, very nice, but it had a couple bad things. And the bad things were really bad. The first thing wasn't so bad, but like once you get through the gate, you still have like a 10 to 12 minute drive to get to the house, and you're in your own neighborhood. So that's one thing, because I'm thinking like sometimes when you get into your neighborhood and you have to pee or something like that, you all of a sudden it's like you have to go right now, and because your body knows you're home. And that's what would happen. I think you drive in and you'd be like, I gotta go, and you still have a little more of a drive. So that was one thing. The other thing though is a very important thing. So let me describe the house first. It was just this beautiful house. And this is the Mario stick and the light medium bronzer. So the house was really, really pretty. So much light, lots of windows, just beautiful. And just a really, really nice house. Comfortable, pretty. And it had a in-ground pool, which was really nice, very private. There were no neighbors close on either side or behind the house. And the sunset, it had a west exposure in the back. So the sunset was just so beautiful in the back of the house each evening. But there was a dock, and when you walk out to the dock, you can see this 2 beautiful docks and boat ports where you could park your boats and where you would tie them up and everything. But the dam broke during a hurricane and it washed away the lake and it became like a swamp. So where the what is it called? Where the deck is, it's like completely like dry and just like grassy and stuff. So you can no longer use it. And so the property value went, because I looked it up, and then they fixed it and the property values went up again. And I looked on Redfin, and in the area, the houses all kind of went up in value and some people moved, which was really smart because then another hurricane happened. They fixed the dam, and so everyone had their lakefront property again. And then another hurricane happened and the property values just plummeted again. So that's the situation that the owners of this house are in. I imagine like they just can't sell because they're like underwater. Not literally, but you know, that's a pun. I guess I didn't mean for it to be. I have no idea what their personal situation is, but that's what I would imagine because it's no longer lakefront property. But it still is just beautiful, private, very private. And it was just really, really nice. So we really utilized the house. It had a foosball, it had a pool table, it had the in-ground pool. The weather was really hot, so we were outside a lot, you know, just swimming and doing things like that. I had a hot tub that we used in the evening, and then we also made a fire pit and just did s'mores and hung out at the fire pit in the evening. My daughter drove in from South Carolina. It was only like 4 hours for her, but it was like 10 hours for us, and all of us were there, all 6 of us. And my son's girlfriend came with too, because we all know her really well. We kind of have this new rule where our kids can only bring a significant other if they've been together longer than 2 years. So I'm putting on this primer from Maybelline. This is my favorite mascara, the Sky High, and they make this primer. I've talked to you about it so many times, like since this mascara came out. And I think I said in my last Get Ready With Me, I'm only doing my top lashes now because I just feel like it's just a softer look. So I did use the Makeup Forever eyeliner in like a slate color on my inner waterline. I've been spending time sometimes doing my upper, like doing liquid eyeliner on my upper lash line. And then sometimes I don't. I just I tightline instead. I think today I'm just gonna keep it simple. I have to go to the dentist today. I haven't gone in quite a while. I'm overdue, and I do have a few issues I wanna discuss. So I'm gonna go to the dentist today. Get my teeth cleaned. I need to get x-rays. I haven't done that in a really long time. I've been kind of like avoidant of the dentist because I had a major dental issue a few years ago. I think I talked about it if you've been following me, but it's been a really long time now, like before COVID. I have like a strong muscle in my bottom, like where your lip attaches to your gums. And one day I just noted, like I thought I had a cold sore in my mouth, and what actually it was that the muscle had pulled my gum away from my tooth, so it was really receding. And I went to a periodontist that I was referred to. I'm sorry, someone's texting me. Anyways, I went to a periodontist because my dentist referred me, and I had to get a graft where they take like tissue from the roof of your mouth, and they like fix the area where you have the recession. But I also had to have my frenulum like cut out, and it was just so miserable and awful. It was worse than childbirth, seriously. And so I don't know, I've just been kind of avoidant of the dentist since then. I can have like a very like avoidant personality when I don't want to do something or something just seems unpleasant. I really try to put it off, and I know that's not good. So anyway, I'm going to the dentist today. So anyways, my son's girlfriend came because the 2-year rule is because my daughters have brought people with friends and significant others with on our vacations, which we're usually very open to, like having friends, significant others that my kids are dating, you know, around. But what we have realized is that sometimes it doesn't allow us to have any like real time to visit with our kids. So this is the Sephora. I used it in my last video. This is the brow product. It's a little darker than the Glossier Auburn that I usually use, but I kind of like this. It grew on me and I like it a lot. Sometimes though, it's fresh and it's kind of wet right now. It dries quickly, but it can be a little messy when I apply it. So you'll see me kind of wipe off a little area, and I don't like that. But if I wiped off the brush, which I've done sometimes, it really is fine. You'll wipe off like the wetness, but you'll still get enough product for your brows. So there's that. And that's what I'm doing for my eyes. I did my blush. This is going fast. Okay, so for concealer, I'm just gonna use the NARS concealer in the pot, the one that I use like most days lately. I really like this one a lot. It has like good coverage and it's not drying. It's a slight like light matte finish. I think it's called matte concealer. It's advertised as being matte, and I really like it. It's like in the 90s here. It's been really, really, really hot, which is great because I don't mind, but I'm gonna become more radiant as the day goes on because it's gonna be hot getting in my car, out of my car. You know, it's like you just can't avoid the heat, even, you know, because your car gets so hot when you're not in it. And so I'm gonna get a little bit sweaty, I'm sure. And I'm just gonna do a slight dusting of the Dermablend translucent powder. This is really good. I like this a lot. It's just kind of clear. It doesn't have any pigment to it. It's totally translucent, sets everything, doesn't look cakey, and it doesn't mess with your makeup at all. So like whatever color your blush is, whatever color your foundation is, it's not going to change it at all. So I really like that. For lips, I think I'm just gonna use a L'Oreal lipstick in the shade Organza, and it looks like this. It's kind of like the blush where it's just very kind of neutral, plummy, I guess. I don't even know how to describe the color. So I'm just gonna use this. No lip liner. I love these L'Oreal lipsticks. I have so many favorites, like 4 that I just constantly rotate, and they're just beautiful. They're just moisturizing. They look pretty. I like the ones that have a little shimmer to them, like this one. And then I'm just gonna take my Kopari Sun Glaze makeup setting spray, and it does have a little luminosity to it. It has like a little pearlescence in it, just a little bit, and it smells fresh, and it has an SPF of like, I wanna say 50, an SPF of 50. So it's a really nice setting spray, and it's like a favorite. It's probably the best one I've ever tried, and it's a great way to apply your SPF over your makeup during the day. If you're out in the sun for a while, you know, you have to reapply. So it's just a great way to do that if you have makeup on. If you don't have makeup on, I wouldn't use that. I'd use something less expensive like your Neutrogena or whatever, and just make sure you're reapplying. Let's see, what else? So we were on vacation, had a great time. We didn't get to go rafting, obviously, and we, you know, our plans were shot, but we did go on a hike. I have hair in my mouth. We did go on a hike, and it was really, really nice. It was a little bit too long because my IT band and one of my legs was really bothering me. Like when we got to like 8 miles, it was a really long hike. And it was longer than we expected it to be. By the time we finished, we were all so sweaty, thirsty. We had water with us, but still, we were thirsty and we were starving. So, and I didn't think I could make it to the end of the hike because it was like kind of like up, not too steep, but definitely climbing. And it was just awful. It was like I wished it had been over like 3 miles sooner. But anyways, we went on a nice hike, which we all love to do. We didn't get to go rafting, but we did get to go swimming and just poke around, the house, like outside in the little swampy area, check all that out. And yeah, it was really nice. The town we ended up in was sort of like depressed. Like there just wasn't like a nice downtown. We had a Piggly Wiggly, so we went to the grocery store. And then when we drove like just a little bit outside, we did find ourselves in like a little more of a thriving area. So that was nice, to find some nice restaurants and things like that. But we did do like a lot of cooking, like light cooking, like for breakfast and stuff in our house. And, we just kind of relaxed. It was very relaxing. I think what was originally planned to be a really active vacation ended up being sort of just a meetup with my daughter. And that was really nice. It was just like a lot of togetherness. So, and everyone got along great. And my daughters really needed to reconnect as sisters because, they've kind of like just been not good to each other lately. So they ended up connecting a lot. They were forced to. They didn't have any friends with them or significant others. So they were just in it together, and that was fun. And yeah, we just had a great time. So anyways, that's what I've been up to. Let me know what you've been up to. I hope you enjoyed this little get ready with me. The makeup that I shared, just a couple shades of MAC makeup, my favorite drugstore, like a favorite drugstore lipstick and mascara and stuff. And then this is like the star of the show. I've been really loving this lately. It's just so pretty. It lasts all day long. It doesn't go anywhere, which is really nice because sometimes cream blushes just can disappear on your face. And I've been really loving cream blushes lately. So yeah, anyway, if you have any questions or comments, ask me down below. But I love reconnecting with all of you, and I hope your summer is off to a great start, and I'll see you soon. Have a blessed and beautiful day.